Hello, and thank you for joining today's Liftoff tutorial. If you haven't already, go ahead and log in to your Liftoff dashboard. From your dashboard, choose Shop Settings, Shipping, and you will be presented with your Shipping Options Manager. To add a new custom shipping method, click the Add Shipping Method button. Notice that the first option available is Custom Shipping Method. If you were adding a predefined method such as UPS, FedEx, or US Postal Service, those items would be selectable here. For this demo, we're going to leave the option selected at Custom. For today's demo, we're going to assume that we're creating a UPS hundredweight option for shipments over 150 pounds on our website. Once you've entered a display name, click Save. Notice that we're back at the start of our Shipping Options Manager page. From here, let's click Edit on the newly created shipping method. Notice that a new rate has already been added for you automatically. But notice a weight range or price range has not been defined. To change this, let's click Edit. Now we have the ability to define our minimum weight and our maximum weight thresholds that define this rate. For this scenario, we're going to assume 150 pounds, which is where UPS hundredweight typically starts. And we're going to enter a maximum weight of 200 pounds. Assuming that you already understand the cost associated with your hundredweight shipment, you can enter that rate amount here. Should you want to omit handling fees, ensure that a check mark is in this box. If you want to provide additional description data for your user when they're checking out, you may enter that in the description field here. When finished, click Save. Notice that we're back on the Edit Shipping Method page. Here we can add additional rates should we want to add additional weight ranges. You would want to add additional rates to ensure that if your weight range defined here is exceeded, that a rate will be available above and beyond that weight. As an example, let's click Add Rate. In this example, we're going to choose a minimum weight of 200 pounds and a maximum weight of 300. And we will define a rate amount for that. Again, clicking Save. Notice that what we're doing is developing a tiered system of weight ranges. This first is 150 to 200 pounds, followed by 201 pounds to 300 pounds. You can continue adding rates and weight ranges as you need. If you want to provide rate calculations based off of the price of your product, you may instead add a price-based shipping rate. This lets you define a minimum price and maximum price for the order or that shipment and define a shipping rate for it. Note that this is a much less common scenario. Now that we've configured our rates, we should visit our shopping cart and add several products until we have met the rate requirement. In this example, we have several business cards and 100 shirts. By proceeding to checkout, you'll note that the shipping method is here, UPS hundredweight, at 175 pounds. By seeing this, it assumes that we have met the requirement for the 201 to 300 pound weight range. Should I revisit my cart and remove product, we can now get our shipment underneath that rate. You'll note that if the weight requirements are not met or fell below, the original shipping methods will show. Congratulations on completing your very first custom shipping method. This completes today's tutorial. Goodbye.